Welcome to the newest episode of Beyond the Fame with Jason Fraley. I'm your host, Jason Fraley, picking the brains of the top filmmakers, musicians, and artists of our time. The Best Man, The Final Chapters is currently streaming on Peacock just in time for Valentine's Day. I spoke with DC child actress Blake Aria Hendricks about working with such a star-studded cast. Hey, Blake Aria Hendricks, thank you so much for joining us on WTOP here in your hometown of DC.
Thank you for having me.
Wow. So, of course, you're from DC here, and we wanted to talk because you are starring in The Best Man, The Final Chapters. It's the follow-up to The Best Man and The Best Man Holiday. It premiered on Peacock around Christmas, so everyone's been watching it. Thank you so much for doing this. I want to know, so you grew up in DC. How did this opportunity come about? Were you already doing lots of different auditions? Had you acted in stuff before, or is this sort of the first big one?
It's the first big one. I've been auditioning for several years, and then finally I booked this role.
Great. And we should tell everyone, maybe if they haven't seen it, or if they have seen it, remind them who you play. Tell us who you play.
I play Mia, the daughter of Harper, Stewart, and Robin.
Yes, of course, played by Taye Diggs and Sana Lathan. That is really, really cool. And so what was it like getting to play their daughter? Did you guys have to do, how do you make it seem like you're actually they're your parents? Did you do any bonding before you started filming? You know what I mean? Or how do you think you got such good chemistry with them?
Yeah, I did some bonding before we started. And they're just really nice people, so it's really fun playing this role.
Great. And how old are you? You said you're 9 years old?
Yes, I'm 9 years old.
Wow, that's a really exciting experience to get to get to act with such superstars. Wow, what were they like on set playing your parents? Or did they, in between takes, did they take you aside and give you advice, or are they super serious when the cameras aren't rolling, or are they laughing and cutting up, or what? Give us some insight on what they're like behind the scenes.
They're really fun. They laugh. We had fun.
And how about the rest of the cast? I assume, did you get to meet, Morris Chestnut as Lance and Regina Hall and Terrence Howard or Nia Long, or did you get to meet any of the other famous stars here?
Yeah, I got to meet all of those people. I also bonded with the younger cast. We played games, ate snacks, and made TikToks.
Yeah, and there's some even dancing that you guys do and singing in the show. Some little fun fun bits you guys do. Oh, that's really cool. Now, I want to know, as a 9-year-old, I mean, folks like my generation, The Best Man was something that a lot of people grew up watching. They watched The Best Man in 99, and then they watched The Best Man Holiday in 2013. But you probably weren't even around for most of that stuff. So, how did you once you got cast in this role, did you go back and watch any of that? I mean, some of that's some more adult material. Did they fast forward through certain parts, or how did you acclimate yourself with the material?
I prepared by watching parts of The Best Man Holiday, and then I worked with my acting coach and submitted my self-tape.
Cool. How did you hear about the audition to begin with? Was it like, did you see a post online or social media, or how did you come about?
My agent sent it over.
Okay, great. And then, so they send it over, and then do you open it and you say, oh my gosh, tell me, like, try to go back to that exact moment when you read it and say, oh my gosh, this is an amazing opportunity. Were you so excited to audition?
Yeah, after I watched The Best Man Holiday, I really wanted the role of Mia, and then I got it, and it was so great.
Tell me, what was it like watching The Best Man Holiday? Were you just like loving it, watching the whole time did you watch with family or friends, or just take me into the experience. Were you on the couch with popcorn? What was it like?
I watched it with my mom, and then like the parts that I couldn't watch, I would like go to my room, and then I would come back.
Right.
And
But all right, so what did you think of the parts that you did watch with your mom? Did you have a favorite scene or two?
it was funny, and my favorite scene was when um Harper and the guy started dancing and singing.
Yeah. What did you like about that?
It was really funny.
You were laughing there watching it with your mom? Does your mom have a favorite scene in it?
Yeah.
Do we know what it is, or we'll just keep going? Awesome. Well, how about in the final chapters? Why do you think our listeners should tune in and watch it? Let's first say if there's some fans who are big fans of both of the Best Man movies, why will they love watching this new one on Peacock?
Well, it's really great to watch because one, there's a lot of drama and funny stuff that happens, um, unexpected stuff. It's funny, it's nice, and you'll just be really surprised.
Yeah, and so that was for people that, that love the series already. What about some people, maybe it's hard to believe if people have been living under a rock and have not watched any of it. Why would this be something that they'll enjoy?
Because well, first you have to watch all of the Best Mans, and then you have to watch this because you really know what's gonna happen.
So you absolutely suggest people going, if they somehow missed it, go back and watch the first two before they watch this one.
Yes.
It'll make a lot more sense. I suppose you probably could drop in and watch it, but it would make the most sense to watch it in order. I would agree. All right. Well, so there's 8 episodes on Peacock. I believe they all drop the same day on December 22nd. So you can just binge it all. Do you suggest should we just sit down and watch it like 8 hours in a row, just binge the whole thing, or do you think we should maybe break it up like one every couple days? What do you think? What's the best approach here?
I say binge watch it.
Binge the whole thing in a row till our eyes are just bloodshot from 8 hours in front of the TV. Awesome. Now, which remind us because I know different directors worked on different episodes. I know Malcolm D. Lee did the pilot, a couple others. He's obviously Spike Lee's cousin. Robert Townsend, I think, did episode 3. Everybody knows and loves Hollywood Shuffle. A bunch of different people did it. So, but which directors did you work with primarily?
I worked with Malcolm D. Lee, and then I also worked with Robert Townsend.
Okay, what were they like when you first met them? Were they super warm and sweet? Were they funny? Were they serious when it got time to do the work? Or what were they like, behind the scenes and while you were filming?
I worked with all the directors, and all of them are really nice, and we had a great time filming this show.
That is so great. What's something about filming it that because this is your first TV series you filmed, right?
Yes.
Ever. Okay. So what was something about it that maybe surprised you? Was there anything harder than you thought about, filming a TV show? Was there a lot more, I don't know, downtime and waiting in between shots? Did the days seem really long? Or, what about it was like a surprising challenge that you didn't expect?
It was really hard. I really did enjoy the waiting because I had to wait and do tutoring the whole time.
So you're just like catching up on like homework and stuff like that?
Yes.
Okay. How do you, so you're doing tutoring, you're probably reading, writing, math, whatever that your school is. How do you then flip a switch when they say action and then you snap back and remember your lines? Like that's hard to juggle the two, but you did it.
Well, one, I was really excited to get back on set instead of waiting in my trailer.
Yeah.
So by the time they said that, I was ready.
So you were hanging out in the trailer. Where was it? Is it Los Angeles? Where'd they film it?
New York and New Jersey.
New York City. That's right. A lot of the other ones are in New York too. All right. So you're in your trailer in New York / New Jersey. Does someone come knock on your door and they say, "We're ready. Where's our Mia?" And then you put down your homework, you slam your spiral notebook down or whatever, and then you just run off the set. Is that how it goes for a bunch of days in a row, pretty much?
Pretty much.
Awesome. Well, what else could we talk about? Anything? What did you have? I don't want to ask you to say, who was your favorite actor you work with, but was there one or two that you really think you got really close with that, a lot of people see these people as big movie stars, but we forget they're just human beings, right? So who did anyone take you under their wing and really, show you the ropes?
I really enjoyed working with Sanaa Lathan.
Oh yeah. Well, just tell what was she like? Was she really like caring and nurturing, very, very sweet to work with, kind of motherly since she played your mom?
Yeah, she was really nice. We hanged out, we talked and really bonded.
That's really cool. Do you think you'll stay in touch with her and Tay and the rest of the cast going forward?
Yes, we are still in touch.
Awesome. Now they call it the final chapters, but do you know if they'll ever do you think there'll ever be any more? Do you think they'll say, just kidding, it's not the final? Haha, we're gonna have another one coming up and maybe you'll get to act in it again. You never know.
You never know.
Would that be something you would like to do if they come knocking and say, hey, do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool. So real quick before we go, you've been so nice to join us, but before we go, I want to know a little more about what else did you act in anything before this? Was it even if it was, local stuff or commercials or music videos, was there any other stuff you did before?
I've worked in a lot of commercials and modeling. Also, when I was 2, I started modeling, and I was also in the movie called Flatbush Luck.
All right, tell me what it was like working on that. That must have been a lot of fun too.
I really don't remember because I was 2.
You were 2. So Best Man Final Chapters is probably the first one you'll really remember. years from now, you'll actually have memories of this one. That's really, really cool. All right, well, I guess final question, what else is next? So now you're a big TV star after this show. So are you going to keep auditioning for other stuff? Do you have anything else lined up to do next?
Yeah. I want to keep working. I want to be in more TV shows and series and do a lot more movies.
Awesome. Well, we can't wait to see what else you do. Hope it's the beginning of a long, successful Hollywood career. So that's awesome. Hey, thanks for joining us. Final seconds, pretend like I'm not even here, like you're talking directly to all the listeners of WTOP and just say, hey, everyone in DC, tune in, watch, The Best Man Final Chapters on Peacock. You're going to love it. Whatever you want to say, invite everyone to tune in.
You should really tune in and watch The Best Man Final Chapters. The series is really great, and I think you'll love it.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Blake. This was so much fun talking to you.
Thank you for having me. Bye.
All right. Bye. Thanks so much for listening to Beyond the Fame with Jason Fraley. Our theme music is Scott Buckley's Clarion. Remember to give us a 5-star rating if you like what you hear. We'll see you next time. I wanted to take a second to tell you about an app I really enjoy. Living in the DC area is great, and Podcast DC gathers all of the local shows that I like all in one local app. Health, sports, local news, politics, and so much more. Podcast DC is the new local app with hundreds of DC area podcasts to choose from. I can earn exciting rewards just for listening and share the podcasts I love instantly. Available in the App Store or in Google Play, listen local with Podcast DC.